Hello and welcome back to Satisfactory, and today we're going to work on steel a little bit. We gotta upgrade steel, but first I wanted to show off my coal factory. I did some more work on it. Basically I doubled the power output. Tripling the power output may be possible, but it's going to be tricky. We have enough coal but not enough water, I think. Yeah, it's gonna be tricky to fit 6 more water extractors in this pool, but I don't know, maybe I could add a few more. But it looks better. It's all surrounded now in a giant wall, so it's not too ugly looking. So double the coal power. I didn't do anything on the black powder here, but I'm gonna go back to base. We're gonna do this milestone before we go to steel, which I already did some preliminary work on. Since we're gonna go back to base, I'm gonna take this powder with me. Alright, let's head back and then to steel. Alright, we're back. I got all my black powder put away. We can use that later for something. Industrial manufacturing. Let's go.
Milestone reached.
That opens
Manufacturers can receive up to
manufacturers, computers, heavy modular frames.
Heavy modular frames, but most importantly, the 2 new project parts.
Ah, right.
Modular engine and adaptive control unit are essential for the development of Phase 3 of project assembly.
We can get some good alternate recipes for these.
The future is starting to look bright.
Alright, next, monorail train technology and... oh, railway signaling takes computers, huh? Alright, how do we make computers? I might have to set up a quick manufacturer for that just to get some... because I don't want to make a railway without signals. That's goofy, and I want to make railways. Computers. Plastic, cable, circuit boards. Circuit boards are plastic. Oh, this is too complicated. I like this recipe. Silicon circuit boards. I can't set that up right now. I don't want to. Do we have quartz nearby? No. Alright, well, it's not obscenely far. Those are impure. Yeah, there's a bunch in the cave there. Okay, we'll worry about that later. That's a whole nother project. Let's go to steel. It's not that far a run. I did some planning. I think I know how I want to do it. I'm trying to... well, I'll show you when we get there. But I'm trying to come up with a good way that's future-proof. So, obviously we're starting with the lower quality miners, tier 2 miners, and lower quality belts. I think tier 3 we'll be using. And eventually they'll be upgraded. And I want to be able to upgrade the factory without too much trouble, so it has to be easily expandable. Luckily the recipes are pretty simple, so it doesn't seem to be that difficult. I already got some of it done, and I was using the blueprint designer a little bit. That's been helpful. I'll kind of show you what I did in the blueprint designer and how that's been useful. We're doing it up high because we need a lot of space, and some of these things, like those bulb things, they cannot be cut down, so it's got to be like above that bulb over there. I think it might be above that one too, I'm not sure. Anyway, I don't have a good way of getting up there right now, except flying. So, this is what I've got. I've got 2 blueprints. One for the iron ingots and steel ingots. Steel ingots, 120 in, 180 out. It's 3 foundries long, and the main thing here is it's got the wall outlets already on the ceiling, which is quite helpful, so we don't have to put them down one by one. And I'm using an alternate recipe here, solid steel ingot, so we're getting more out of the coal and iron that we put in. It's a 2 to 3 ratio, but instead of raw iron, it does take the iron ingots. So yeah, there's an extra step there, but it's an easy step. I can deal with that. Clear blueprint designer. And the other blueprint is just the same thing. Take that. But for iron ingots. Now on this level, I think we have iron ingots. Yes. So my idea is I want to build this as a black box without any regard for how we're going to get the items in right now. We'll just say this is the input, this is the iron input coming in from the side wall here. On the middle, the output goes out the same side, but one higher. There's a reason why I did that. I can't remember why exactly. Okay, and then we're gonna have one space and then one row, and we'll do it again. So this, basically this is for one belt worth of input, and then the second belt of input will go here, and then the third belt will be another row. How many is this? 30 iron per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's 240. That's as much as I can do right now. Because we have miner mark 2, outputs 120, and that's going to be 240 for the pure node. So yeah, that's it for one input. That's it. And the output goes there. Then we go to the next level. And these foundries, they're lined up with the smelters right there. I want everything lined up. And these are going to be a little bit trickier because they output 60 per minute and they input 40. So we're taking in, let's see. I think that's the right height. Yep. Okay, that's the input. And these should all be Mark 3s. The output will have to split in two. Oh, wait. No, I don't want a splitter there. I want a merger. Okay. And it has to go in the middle. Does it not quite fit? Okay, it'll have to be here. So basically, let me see. Let me get some more platforms down there. So we got the output here. That output there has to go here. Haha. Okay. Let's see. Can I do this in a way that's not... super ugly? Is that the right height? I think it is. Okay, that works. So the iron gets output here, goes up there. But wait a minute, we need two inputs. Walls, conveyor wall. Okay, it's not going to be perfectly straight, but that's okay. Let's see. The other input. I'm not sure I like this. Aesthetics. It's important. Okay, does that need to be higher? Is that going to line up? Let's see. Oh, I mean, it could just go straight in. Yeah, okay. Like that. Oh my god, it's beautiful, except it's not. Whoops. Oh, I don't want to get rid of it. I gotta use that as a platform for the next one. There we go. Oh my god, it's beautiful. And it connects perfectly. I could put like a pole or something here so it doesn't look like it's just floating in the air. Whoops. Now, one thing I could have done is include these splitters in the blueprint, but at that time I wasn't really sure how I wanted to do it. So I didn't bother with that, but I might do that once I come up with a design I like, and I think I like this. All right. Okay, now I think this is, yeah, this is 40 per minute, output 60. 40 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 240, so that's enough foundries for the smelters. Okay, let's see if we can redo this a little bit. This whole process is it's kind of slow going, but it's satisfying once you get it done and you find a design that you're satisfied with. Okay, that's straight. That's good. Okay. So iron ingots, output here, input up there, and then right above it, input coal from all around. Now the outputs here we're gonna have two outputs. I think I'd like to have them at different levels rather than two in one window. I think I like that more. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can split them evenly. Now, I know what you're thinking. You don't have to split them. You can just use a tier 4 belt. Well, no, I can't. That's not going to work. It would work right now, but it would not work when everything is upgraded to the highest tier. Then I would have to split them. There's no way. Because I'm getting more output than I am input. So I want to set this up so that they're split right now so that it just makes my life easier later on. Oh, put you there. Okay. No, we don't have to do that. I like to keep the bottom floor clear. Is that gonna line up? How tall does it have to be to reach the floor up there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? 4. Okay. I think that might be right, but I'll do it again just to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's tall. No, don't do that. Okay, let's see. Any way I can get this, like, lined up exactly? Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Hey. You going the wrong way? Can I set you to go a certain way? Okay, we'll start here then. Perfect. Okay, we have 2 outputs of steel. Let's get the next floor built. So my floor, I'm being very strict with the size of my floors. Each floor is 3 foundations high, 12 meters. I guess it's technically 10 meters since I'm using 1 meter for the ceiling, for the floor. Zoop. Okay. And it's gonna be dark in here. The downside of having a low floor, yeah, this thing like barely fits. But it does. It actually looks kind of cool like that. Like it's attached to the ceiling. I kind of like that. We don't need the poles holding it up. Alright. Yeah, the only downside of having such a low ceiling is there's not a lot of room for overhead lighting. So it's going to get quite dark in here. That's alright. We won't be spending a whole lot of time in here once it's finished. Okay. That's the steel ingots. Now, let's see. Now, I want to do something like I did in my last playthrough where when doing steel pipes and steel beams, in my calculations, I assumed that all of the steel ingots were being used for each one. So we're getting 240... Let's see, how many steel ingots? 240 times 3 divided by 2, 360. So I'm going to assume we're using 360 steel for steel pipes and 360 for steel beams. The reason for that is they're used at different rates at different times, and you know, sometimes I might not have steel pipes running or very little, so why not, when that's happening, why not make more steel beams? So basically, if everything's running like full blast, half of the steel beam constructors will be idle, and about half of the pipe constructors will be idle. I like these iron pipes. Well, I don't want to, no reason to use them here. The molded beams, though, that's tempting to try. Let's do steel pipes. It's a 3-to-2 ratio. So we're outputting 240. That's back to 1 belt output. And both of our inputs will be here. Oh, no, no, no. What am I doing? I gotta move this out more. So these things are made in a constructor, huh? How many do I need? Steel pipe, 30 per minute. 360 divided by 30, 12. Okay. Okay, let's set a blueprint for that. Make our lives a little bit easier, especially when we have to come back and add more of them. Alright, copy, paste, paste, paste. Now let's get wall outlets. Try to line them up. We can do better than that. Right there. That's fine. Buildables in Designer cannot be connected to World Buildables. Oh, am I right on the edge? Cannot be connected. Oh. Hang on. We'll get rid of you. Yeah, my, Blueprint Designer is getting in the way here. Right, let's connect these. Okay, that's the output. Okay. 120 input. 80 output. Wait, 120 in, 80 out. Set the icon. Pipe. Save blueprint. Clear blueprint designer. Let's test it out. Grab those parts. Alright, I'm gonna disassemble this blueprint designer. I'm gonna have to move it. Okay, now up here we have a blueprints category. Steel pipe. There we go, there's 4 of them. Now we're gonna, whoa. We gotta start in the same spot always, so let's get rid of that for now. So we have the wall over left 1 and then 1, 2, 3 and then the 4th one. That's where we start. It's gotta be consistent. One, 2, 3 and the 4th. Let's press H to hold the hologram. Move that over. We want the white box to be right on that corner. Yes, that is correct. Now, how many of these did I need? 12? Okay, I love this nudge feature here. Line that up. Perfect. Press H. And then we can walk around. Nudge it right into place. Perfect. Now, I still didn't do the mergers or the splitters, but that's okay. Because it's hard to tell on the blueprint designer, because I want the mergers and splitters to always be like in the middle of the foundation. So if I just set the constructors on the blueprint designer, you can't really tell if they're in the middle or not. Now there are ways around that. Of course, you can place down a foundation and place the constructors where you want, and then, you know, do it that way. But I just didn't do that. Okay. Is that right? Oh, wait. No. Sorry. I want this one on the ground floor. Hey. What the hell? Okay, so one of these will feed half of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, two, three, 4. Okay, if I did everything right, this should be level. I mean, I'll double check it to make sure. It's kind of hard to tell, but it looks okay. Okay, and that'll feed these constructors. Now, when we speed everything up and get faster miners and conveyor belts and have to add more constructors, then the only thing we'll have to change is where these split. So we'll just have to change this belt, just move it down the line a bit. Pretty easy. Trying to think ahead here. There we go. We want a merger. Now, this output can go on one belt. No, it's gotta be rotated. There we go. I know it's not very exciting, but it's gotta be done. I hope these are all connecting. We'll find out once it's turned on. I won't be able to turn it on this time, but pretty soon. All right. Let's have a look outside. Okay, so we got the outputs from the second floor going out here, 2 of them. We need both of those up there. Let's get another foundation up here so we can see what's going on. Okay, we can't just... Alright, yeah, it's going to be a little bit tricky. The problem is the snapping. So these don't snap. Okay, they don't snap to walls. Let's see. I know, in my head, I can picture how I want to do it, but getting it to snap right is not going to be the easiest thing. In the world. Alright, let's see. We're going to have to use conveyor walls here. Oh yeah, that's weird. Hold on, let's get some more walls down. Oh, I wanted these opposite. I want to move this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Is that lined up? It looks lined up. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh, whoops. No, that's not quite right. Okay, I think that's right. Let's connect these directly. There we go. Okay, I think that worked. It's a little janky, but it works. Now I gotta do that again 2 more times over there when I add the other miners. But I think I like this. I like how it turned out. Yeah, this works out a lot better than if I had 2 holes in one wall. I think that would have been a little more difficult. Okay, so we got both of the inputs coming up here. Both being fed into the constructors here. So far, so good. And I think that's a good place to end the episode. So I'm just going to do a little bit of work off camera. Not quite going to finish it up, but I'll do enough that that I think we'll be able to finish it up next time and get it running. And I do have to remember to connect these to each other. The blueprints aren't connected to each other. But yeah, the blueprints are great. There's a feature as well where you can disassemble an entire blueprint, which is amazing. If you mess up, you don't have to delete everything by hand. So you just press R and you can mass dismantle, which is great. A lot of awesome quality of life features. I know that's not a 1.0 thing. They added that a while ago, but just so many quality of life stuff in this game. They really thought of everything. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.